Oh my
Like,
gosh.
I don't use this if it is gonna be overwhelming. I really hope I'm making sense because this is a question that I get very often. I have filled two previously and yeah, it just makes me really happy. So I'm gonna continue doing it, and I get to be a little bit more creative because it is a bullet journal, so there's no predetermined layout and I can just do whatever I need. So hopefully this was somewhat insightful, and this will likely change throughout 2025 as I find
competitive drinking. Okay, so I still have it's just someone's gonna have to check my side and let that go. And so we have some games planned. It's gonna be fun. What we also do
Be a little bit more oversized, but still fashionably. Slowly but surely, I've phased out my skinny jeans. I don't really wear dresses anymore.
If there's a world where we don't end up together, I'm gonna lose my mind. And if this life really does go on forever, I know I choose you every time. You say you're the only one for me, yeah. So if you love me, then tell me how much longer do I have to wait? I'm not getting any stronger. I'm losing my faith, and I could be wrong, but I swear it's true. Yeah, even if the world gives up on us, I won't give up on you.
You want it for everything. I'm taking my time thinking, just so I'm sure what we're doing. 'Cause I don't wanna take it back. We got something that can last. We can mess it up if we keep moving too fast.
You say you're the only one for me, yeah. So if you love me, then tell me how much longer do I have to wait? I'm not getting any stronger. I'm losing my faith, and I could be wrong, but I swear it's true. Yeah, even if the world gives up on us, I won't give up on you. Tell me how much longer do I have to wait?
I'm not getting any stronger. I'm losing my faith.
And I could be wrong, but I swear it's true. Yeah, even if the world gives up on us, I won't give up on you.
Okay, it's about 3 o'clock. My timer for my second load of laundry is almost done. And we finished all of these guys. I'm gonna scan them once I finish grabbing the stuff from the dryer. Oh my gosh. Nightmare fuel. That's it. And yeah, we have one more load of laundry, and then I'll scan this, and then I'll show you how to do everything on the computer soon. Hi everyone, so I'm going to show you, I guess, the whole process of how we create a sticker sheet from start to finish. So I did most of the hard work already, which was cutting out each of the elements that we hand drew with oil pastels, and now it is organized in a sheet that I like. And this is kind of the more technical side, so if you just want to listen and then leave any comments down below if you have any questions, and then I'll answer them in the next December daily. But basically, I like to make my cut line in Photoshop, but we will use the image trace tool on Silhouette Studio to help facilitate the cut line process, because when you're making a sticker sheet, you need the kiss cut around all the little elements that you have on your sticker sheet. And this is how I like to do it. And if you're sending your stickers to a commercial printer, you also need to provide them with a cut line either on Photoshop or Illustrator. But since I'm making this for myself, I'm just going to make it on Photoshop. But it's a very simple process that you can do on Illustrator as well. But today we're focusing on Photoshop. So I'm just going to hide this layer. I already made the cut line, but we're going to hide that. And as you can see, we have all the elements. I grouped them together, and basically I duplicate all of the elements, and they're already grouped. So I just have to hold Option down and drag it up, so I have a new copy. I'm going to turn off the original elements, and I always like to change the names so I don't get confused. Cut line example. I'm going to turn that into a smart object, but you can just double click, right click, and then click smart object. Where is that? Here, I should probably just show you. So right click and then turn into smart object. It's somewhere here. I just know the shortcut. Wait, I don't know where it is. Oh, there. Convert to smart object. And then now that it's a smart object, it's all in one layer now, and it's a smart object. Wow, very eloquent, Job. And now I just add a stroke to it. So go down here, effects panel, stroke, and you can change. Here, I'm gonna cover myself up. You can change how big you want your cut line. I usually, it's up to you, but I kind of just suss it out. Like, this looks good. I have a 16 pixel cut line, and to facilitate the Silhouette Studio like scanning process for the cut line to be a little bit easier, I actually just put a color overlay over top everything, so everything is just black and it's really just the silhouette of the sticker. So I make that black as well, and I press OK, and that's our cut line. You can you might have to play around with things because sometimes there might be things that are touching, but everything here looks good. Let's just zoom in so we can see. Yeah, everything looks fine. And if you want, you can turn this, you have the effects panel here, you can hide it, but you can just turn that into a smart object again. So yeah, it's all in one layer and no one can change the cut line unless you want to do that, you want to change it in the future. But yeah, that's our example. And then I save this as a transparent PNG. So I have to turn off the background layer and my branding layer, and this is all good to go. I actually, for this sticker sheet, I wanted the Job's journal to be a cutout, so I just added an extra rounded rectangle here. That's from the one that I made. This is the official one that I made already, but this is our example. It was just as easy and it looks exactly the same. But we're just gonna export this as a PNG. So I like PNG 24, press save. This is just cut line example. And then now you can save, you still have your original sticker sheet here, obviously, because we duplicated it. So you're just gonna save that as well as sticker example. And now we're gonna go to Silhouette Studio, and you cannot see me but the most important part is the page setup here. So your page setup is very important. You need to make sure that when you are printing from Silhouette Studio, you have the print and cut option open, and you need to turn on the registration marks because these are the marks that your Silhouette uses to register where to cut, and it just really configures everything on the page. So you have to turn that on. Everyone has their own, you can play around with this like however you want, but I like to keep the thickness of it maximum and the length at a minimum, because if you increase the length, the inset, so all of this stuff, this like dotted cross hatching, you can't have any elements there. And so when the length is smaller, it allows you to actually have more room. And I like to make the inset as small as possible, so again, you get more room. Like if your inset is this high, this is the only area that you can print and cut. So I like to make that as small as possible, and I like to show the print bleed, and the red line is actually the cut line. So if you look at the other part of page setup, you can turn and toggle this off. So show print border and show cut border. So anything in the red can be cut, and then anything on the black line can be printed on, but obviously I just try to keep everything within the red line so it can be print and cut. So now that we have that all set up, you can just add your canvas. So my canvas size, I want a rounded rectangle. You can just drag that, and obviously that's not the right dimensions, so I'm just gonna actually change it to the actual dimensions of the sticker sheet, which is 10.5 by 19.5 centimeters. Oops. Oops, we're just making, I should probably click into that. You should unlock that too as well. So this is 10.5 and 19.5. We were pretty close. Oh, that is a really large number. There you go. And then you can lock that so it doesn't change. And now it's as easy. Obviously, I will configure this a little bit differently. I'll show you how it looks in the final one because I like to maximize as much you know, space on the sticker sheet so you're not wasting sticker paper. But for this example, we'll just put it smack dab in the middle. And you can actually, if you really want that centered, you can go to this panel and press that, and so it aligns directly in the center. Okay, it's as easy as looking for your example. So I think this was the example. So we're going to do the cut line first. So this is transparent, and you just drag this into your rounded rectangle that we made. So it should just go in there really smoothly. And now we're going to do the image trace so we can get the actual cut line. So it's this guy over here. I don't know what that's supposed to look like, but it looks like a sponge. And you're going to press select trace area, and you're going to drag it so it's within every, like within all of the items that you want to be scanned are in the selection. So that looks good. You can play around with trace quality, but since we did all of the hard work, it's all captured easily. Since we did it on Photoshop, you just press trace outer edge and you're good to go. If you're doing your cut line in Silhouette Studio, you can actually select, you know, that actually traced every single item here with this red border, and that'll tell the Silhouette that this needs to be kiss cut. And actually, since we're making a sticker sheet, I'm going to turn this into the actual sticker sheet into a black border, because any type of line that is on Silhouette Studio, example would be like if we add another, you know, rounded rectangle here, and you know, we make that black. Anything that has a black line can be cut with the same cut settings, and anything with a different color can be cut on a different setting. So you got to make sure that the actual kiss cut of the sticker is different to the border cut of the sticker. So I'm just going to delete that. So now we have our sticker kiss cut and the border cut ready. But yeah, actually, if you want to do the actual cut on or do your cut line on Silhouette Studio, you can actually click this guy, and this is an offset panel, and you can actually offset that selection there so you have a border. We already made our border on Photoshop, but this is another way to do it. You can just press offset, and you can choose how much you want to offset it. So you can see here, like, obviously that this is gonna bleed into each other, but I did like a 0.2 centimeter offset, and now there's a little offset around it, but we don't need to do that since we already did that on Photoshop. But just in case you want to do this on Silhouette Studio, you can. But now that we have everything all ready to go, it's as easy as just dragging and dropping your file into place. So we're just gonna drag, we're gonna drag this guy here. Oh, I realized this. There you go. My iCloud deleted it off the computer, but I just dragged it into that main panel. You could accidentally drag it into the actual item, like the actual cut line, and it looks off. So you just got to make sure that you drag this into an area that's not occupied by your kiss cut mark. So I'd like to find an empty space like here. So yeah, that looks all good. And you're ready to print and cut. When you're printing and cutting, you're going to send this to the machine. So first of all, you need to print it. So again, for this example, I'm just going to actually print and cut it on this this is going to be a little wasteful, but we have to do this for the example just so it's not visually confusing. But I'll show you what I actually will upload onto Patreon if you want to download this. I made it so you can fit 2 sticker sheets here, and then these guys you can drag and drop your own photos into it, because like I showed you, you can drag anything into a pre-existing box on Silhouette Studio and it'll populate it with the image that you want. So it's actually really easy to use as a template for printing and cutting photos. But this is our example over here. So I'm gonna press, okay, we press Command P, or you can just go to File and Print, and I turned on my printer. I'm gonna press Print, and this is important. You need to go to your media and quality, and I like to press the rear tray because that's where I loaded my paper, my sticker paper. The media is photo paper. You can choose plain paper, but since I'm using like a weatherproof vinyl, photo looks the best for my personal preference, but you can play around with this. It's all up to you. And then quality, you're going to choose best. And that's all good to go. I'm going to make sure double-sided printing is off, even though it doesn't really matter. Print and color needs to be on. And I'm just going to print 1 copy of this. And I'm going to press print, and then we're going to wait for all of this to print, and we'll come back to finish the print and cut. Okay, so now it printed. We have it all ready to go, and we're just gonna load this into the actual Silhouette. So it's as easy as just peeling off this protective layer. This has the sticky backing on it, and now you're just gonna place this exactly like you see it on the Silhouette Studio. So you can see that this is the front of the mat over here, and then the registration mark, the biggest one, the square, needs to be at the top left hand corner. So I'm just gonna load that right now. So it looks like this, and now we're gonna turn on the Silhouette, and then you're just gonna load it into the Silhouette and follow the actual registration mark, or like the mark where you're supposed to load it into, and we'll do the actual printing and cutting settings next right after. It's as easy as going to press send, and then you got to make sure that you are on the right setting. So I like to print via line, and then you got to make sure that your Silhouette is selected here. So portrait number 2 available. You can actually print with like over Bluetooth, but I just enjoy doing this like corded. It just feels more secure. And now you can see that there's 2 different lines. We have the black line, which will cut the actual border, and then we have the red line, which will cut all of the little kiss cut. I'm actually just going to double check if this looks fine. Oops, you know what? I think on our design, oh no, that looks good. Let me just turn this off. So if you press that, it shows that it'll only cut the kiss cut line, but if you toggle it on, it'll show that it'll cut the black line, and vice versa with the red line. So we're actually not going to do sketch. You got to press cut. Let's see. Silhouette Studio is always a little laggy, so just bear that in mind. Even if you have like the nicest computer, there's just a very ancient software that doesn't get a lot of like updates, and it's just a little clunky, but it works. But you go to sticker paper. So I want my red line to be a kiss cut, so this is actually perfect. Sticker paper white, which is what I'm using. And then since we need to die cut this actual piece of paper out of this larger 8.5 by 11, you can find the correct settings, but I actually just made a custom one, which is very easy. Just press add new material type, but I'll show you the settings that I have for this one. So this one's die cut sticker paper vinyl, which is suited to my exact paper, but you can find whatever paper that you're using. So this actually has a blade depth of 7, force of 30, speed of 10, and it's just 1 pass. And the actual kiss cut you'll see here is actually just a blade depth of 2, force 14, speed of 8, and it's just one pass. This one's built into the actual software. I didn't make this, but you can play around. The big thing with Silhouette is that it's a lot of trial and error, and so I just urge you to play around. And honestly, like, if you're not making this into a sticker sheet, you could just do the kiss cut and just have this 8.5 by 11 sheet if you don't want to play around with figuring out how to cut all the way through your 2-layer sticker paper. So okay, everything is good to go. You just press send, and then it's gonna register all the marks here. So it's scanning all of the little squares and little black lines that are on the sheet that we set up. And then if everything goes right, fingers crossed, it'll cut. If not, you'll have to re-register and re-upload everything just so it rescans. But let's see, moment of truth. It worked. So now it's just gonna cut, and I will show you what it looks like in a little bit. It's as easy as just unloading this and then peeling it off the actual sticker sheet. Sorry, not sticker sheet, the cutting mat. And you can see it worked because the sticker sheet is perfectly cut out of the 8.5 by 11 sticker paper. And then let's see if our kiss cut worked. It did! So we have a sticker sheet, as easy as that. Yay! I hope you found that useful, and this is such an amazing tool, this Silhouette, because you can find a bunch of printables online, and once you learn the basics of scanning, you know, different items on the image trace tool on the Silhouette Studio, you can turn a bunch of printables online into your own stickers, which I did personally for December Daily. It's a low-cost way, if you already have a Silhouette, to, you know, get new stickers without having to buy them, and it empowers you to create your own stickers like I did. If you're interested in printing and downloading this is available on my Patreon. It's on the Cracklings tier and above. So Cracklings is the middle tier, and it's all the digital downloads and the exclusive videos that come out on Patreon each month. I would love it if you could support me directly on Patreon. It's the best way to support Job's Journal. But yeah, this will be up on Patreon, and I'm so excited to journal with it. It is Traveler's Notebook size, so if you have a Traveler's Notebook folder, it should fit into your TN nicely, and I'm excited to just keep this in here with my pencil board. Actually, you could probably, like, you know, tape it on, use some washi tape to tape it on here. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me, and then we should probably get to journaling. What a eventful day. I hope you enjoyed seeing the whole process of how I create sticker sheets. It was actually really nice, and it was a fun challenge to finish everything in one day. Like, to draw, design, and print and cut all in one day was such a big task on top of my heavy chore day, and I feel really accomplished this weekend. I feel like I got to cross off a bunch of things that I needed to do around the house, and it feels good to do that. I know it's not the most exciting because I'm just at home, but I was really happy that you were able to join me today and just, you know, chill and have fun. In terms of the journaling, we're going to do 2 days worth of journaling, and I just went kind of sticker crazy. I went really fast, and I just put down the ephemera from my weighted blanket that I bought, which, oh my gosh, guys, it is ridiculous. I felt sore the past 2 days because it feels like I was working out at night because it's so heavy. I got the 20-pound one. I don't know, maybe I'm just sore from like the intense cleaning, and like my arms are a little bit tired, but I don't know, I feel like full body tired when I woke up, like in a good way. Like, it felt like I worked out, and you know, the next day you feel a little like sore and tired. That's how I felt. So maybe, well, I know I'm just not really fit, and I need to get back to daily physical activity, but I don't know, I felt tired. But I do recommend the weighted weighted blanket. I really liked it. And then for this spread for today, I really enjoyed this kind of like, I don't know, it has a mid-century kind of vibe. I've played around with the idea of labeling stickers and photos with like this line, kind of like when you have to label a diagram. And I just love how that looks. And I think this translates well in terms of like putting different photos into one narrative. It kind of strings the photos together in a nice narrative, like this is what happened at the start of the day, this happened in the middle of the day, and then this is the date. I don't know, I really like that, and I'm gonna play around with it. I just love the idea of timelines and using like a visual aspect of representing the day in like a vertical format, I guess. But yeah, that was the spread. I didn't do any writing because I just didn't feel like it, and it was really late at night, and this video is coming out a little bit later, so I apologize. It's actually the next day already by the time that this comes out. So thank you for joining me, and if you made it to the end of this video, leave a like cut or scissor emoji in the comments below, because we did do a lot of printing and cutting with the silhouette today, and I hope this tutorial helped you or inspired you to print and cut your own stickers at home, as well as to get out there and design your own stickers. Let me know if you want more information or more tutorials during December Daily. I would love to share more of my information and knowledge with you all. And that is it. I love you so much. Please take care, and I'll see you in the next December Daily. Bye bye.